I'm going to have a sit first.
Yeah, but I mean, you want my computer.
Oh, no. I got this. All right. Hello, everybody. Tiffany here. Welcome to my quilting life. What do I have going on today? Well, let me tell you. First, I'm going to see who's here. Happy Memorial Day weekend, everybody. Hopefully, everybody's being safe, having fun, enjoying themselves, having barbecues, or staying away from tornadoes. Because that seems to be the big thing, is tornado areas right now. All right. Let's see. I'm trying to find my own live stream. You know, that's so hard to do sometimes. It's right there. But it's not letting me click on it. Is it working for you?
For me, yes.
Oh, well, then give me yours, because for some strange reason, I can't click on it.
Okay. You want me to scroll to the top for you? What am I doing?
Yeah, scroll to the top. Whoa. Yeah, but sometimes, you know, our devices are just yelling at us saying, hey, we don't want to work. Thank you. All right, Shirley is here. Lori is here, and the whole thing just scrolled up on me. Let's see. Sharon, Catherine, Karen, Nancy, Christine, Michelle, Lydia, Cynthia, Rocky, Polly, Rose, Susan, Ursula, Lisa, Martha, and I lost it again. So there you go. Hello, everybody. And if I didn't call your name, welcome. So I have to clear my throat. Can you give me that water that you forgot to get me?
I didn't forget nothing.
There's no water here.
You didn't tell me to get you water.
You said you'd get it. Anyways, while he's going to grab me a water, I found this lovely panel in all of my panels today. Let's see if I can get it the correct direction. So I have this panel, and it's got Kit Kats. I love Kit Kats. Kit Kats are so cute. So I am going to turn this panel and, wait for it, Scotty noticed on my shelf that I had these two half layer cakes here, but they're the exact same. So that makes it even better because I didn't have to like hunt for more fabric. But these two layer cakes totally 100% match this lovely cat panel. So I'm going to take two layer cakes and a panel and make a quilt. I don't know what I'm making. I will tell you along the way, but whatever it is, it should be awesome because it's going to match because all this matches. So the first thing I'm going to do is iron because panels are wonky and crazy and yeah, they always get funky. So I'm going to iron it first, and then I think I'm going to cut the big chunks into 9.5-inch squares because when you cut a layer cake, 2 pieces off of it, because it started out as 10, and you take away your seam allowance from 2 pieces, then you get a 9.5-inch square. So I'm going to cut the big ones to 9.5, and then we'll take these little ones, and they're probably like 8. Yeah, we're going to take these little ones and build around them to make them 9.5. So that's what we're going to do. No, I got it. So I'm going to start by ironing the panel, and we're going to play choppy with it. No, I need a flat surface over here. So I'm going to spritz this with a little bit of water because I definitely know for a fact that this is going to be wonky. So the water will help unwonkify it. Oh, yeah, you can turn the camera if you would like. Scott's going to turn the camera while I'm here putting some water on here. And then I am going to play that stretchy game because it's already wonky just before ironing it. And then I'm going to iron it. And I'm going with the grain either up this way, side to side, or up and down that way. I want these to be flat. And square, because we definitely want to try to get a good square out of these blocks.
So awesome.
Yes, they're adorable. Super adorable. If you guys wanted to know, it's called Feline Good by Stephanie Marriott, licensed to WP, so Wilmington Prints. That's what this is. Wilmington Prints, Feline Good. All right, that looks pretty square to me. We're going to bring this over here now and start working. I'm going to start by cutting these bigger ones into 9.5 inch. I need a 10-inch ruler somewhere up here. Wait, is this my 10 one? I don't know. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. That's 10.5. That'll work. Sorry, I keep all my big rulers up on the top of a shelf. All right. So I'm going to lay this on here. I'm going to not worry about that 1/2 inch mark on here. Now I'm going to try to center it here, there. That's my 1/2 inch that way, 1/2 inch that way. All right, that looks about center. A little bit over 1/2 inch there, a little bit
Is
that
there more
way.
panel fabric in that line?
There could be more in this line. I'm not 100% sure about that because I didn't actually look it up online first. Usually I look things up online first, but I didn't do that today. All right. Just making sure it's equal because I don't have an exact 10-inch. I don't have an exact 10-inch square ruler. But I do have this. So now I'm going to turn it and line it up. Oh, I'm not doing 10. I'm doing 9.5. Well, I guess I'll cut 10 first and then square it up from there. I'm a dummy.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah.
You're not a dummy. Don't say that. It happens.
All right, there's one. Oops. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut this guy out while I'm here too. I'm going to cut the whole entire size of this guy as best as I can. Again, the panel is kind of wonky. Just make that all nice right there. It's coming out at 8 3/4, it looks like, or thereabouts. Again, I'll square them all as soon as I cut them all out. That way they're just all cut out first. How about that? And then we'll choose a good size. I'm gonna throw all this on the floor. Line this up on something. It's garbage. I'll just cut a 10-inch square worth out of this guy.
Are you going to iron some more? Should I unplug it?
Just unplug it for now. Ooh, I'm not going to get 10 from point to point on that, or 9.5, but we're going to pretend that it is.
Can I afford it?
Well, no, because I'm going to turn it into a 9.5 inch in the end. But for now, I'm just cutting it out as equal as possible. I have a throat tickle. If you guys keep hearing my voice go funny, it's because I have a throat tickle today. It's driving me nuts. Kind of what happens when I sing for hours at the long arm. Except I wasn't singing for hours at the long arm today. Go figure.
You could have left some more of the black on that guy.
No, I'm cutting it completely out.
Okay.
Because I'm going to be bordering it. It could be within the seam allowance, but that's about it. Let's cut this guy out of here. He's so cute.
He is. They all are.
About right there. And again, I overcut.
Are you feeling better today?
Yes, I'm feeling, well, my back hurts and my hips hurt above my back, below my back, right at that spot. So, but I'm fine other than that. My headache took a few weeks to get it gone, but the doctor put me on a new medication so that way my headache would go away because it was a tension headache and it was driving me nuts. It lasted for a few weeks, but he put me on new medication to down my muscle problems that I have with MS. So I'm on a MS medication pretty much. Oops. And one more to cut out, and then we'll turn them into 9.5-inch squares, and then the little ones we will get a number from. And then cut those. I just want the little pictures. That's all I want.
One lady asked what kind of music you sing.
I can sing to any kind of music. I am all over the place on the genre, that's the word, yeah, of music. I'm all over the place. I like anything and everything. All right. What I need to do is make this 9.5 inches. Let's find that 9.5-inch mark on here. Easier if they just made rulers all that. 9.5 right there, 9.5 right there, right there, and right there. Okay. Right there, 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 and there. That looks pretty square. All right, now I'm going to turn it around and line it up on 9.5. There we go, right there.
They want me to do a video on your singing.
Well, he'd have to catch me in the act. When I long arm quilt is pretty much when I sing. I don't sing in the shower, or when I'm in the car. I also sing when I'm in the car. When I'm long arm quilting, I sing, and I sing loud. He sits and watches movies in the room with the door closed. So he would have to, open the door, and then I'd know he's there. My daughter Maxine, many moons ago, she actually caught me in the act of singing, making up my own quilting words to a rap song when I was in the garage in the past. Yeah, it was kind of funny. All right. Let's put that half mark there. There we go. Some black. There. Right there. Up there. Right there. That looks about equal on both sides. No. there is equal on both sides. Turn it around, line it up on the 9.5, which has this lovely marking on this darn Omnigrip ruler for me to follow. I usually don't like to waste fabric like this, but most of those bigger scraps I'll put in my scrap bin. Now 2 more of these. No wonder I can't see it. It has this plastic thing. It's like a anti-ruin it ruler thing. All right, let's line that up right there. Let's do that. And then obviously I'm losing my top and my bottom on this one. A little design on there, but that's okay. It has the background colors and the colors of the kitty kitty. That's all that matters, because that is what matches with my layer cake thing. Half layer cakes, which these half layer cakes are Violet Craft. They were a Fat Quarter Shop exclusive bundle for Robert Kaufman Fabrics. How they match this perfectly, I don't know. A lot of fabric companies use the same colors, is why. Are you looking for the selvage? Yeah, it's called, no, it's called right there. Yeah, right there. Feline something. I got you. It's just going to show you. Feline Good, Shannon something or other. All right, 9.5. There, there. That's about equal. Oh, come on. I have a new blade in here, but it's catching all the dings in my mat. That's how I know it's time for a new mat, because I don't cut properly. All right, now for the little ones, if I put 2.5 inch, I'll take it to, hold on, I gotta think about this real quick. 9.5, because of the seam allowance. Minus the half. So that'd be 2 inches. I want to do 2.5 inches. So we're going to take these to 7.5. All right. So I'm going to take these littler ones to 7.5. There, that's equal with that, which is equal with that. Okay. Right, 7.5. Hold on, I got to think about this. 7.5. 8.5, 9.5 minus a half. Yeah, okay. 7.5. Okay, so my bigger ones are 9.5 and my smaller ones are 7.5, because I'm going to add to them from the layer cake pieces. How many panel pieces are there? There's 8. There's 4 big ones and 4 littler ones. Equal, equal, equal. Okay. Because I'm going to play the mix and match game with my layer cake pieces. This quilt should go together pretty quickly once I get all this to size. There's 4 big ones and 4 little ones. So 8 total. 8 total pieces, yes. Okay. And right there. So I'm pretty much just fussy cutting right now, the panel pieces. That way it lands center. because I think that will look the best. And one more. Equal, equal, equal on both sides. Lines up. All right. Yeah, 7.5. That'll go good. All right, so now I'm going to open these up. I can just slide this off, or okay, I can untie it, unrubber band it.
What's your mat? Oh,
My mat is a Fiskars mat. Oh man, might need the iron again, Mr. Scotty.
okay. Am I gonna iron this time, or you?
Just start making these flat and keep them square, please.
So am I ironing?
Yep,
Or
you can
are you?
iron. You're very slow at it, but I'll give
I'm
it to you.
Because you got my iron empty. That's why. And you got the iron waters empty. No wonder I'm slow.
Well, while he's doing that, I will make sure I have bobbin in here because I've been working on other things. Oh, no, I don't. Look at that. It was an empty one. That's probably why I stopped sewing the other day, because I ran out of bobbin. All right. Pull bobbin, move the black thread.
Okay. Am I ironing all these?
I just need to put that there because I'm using that.
Yes?
Yes, all of them. Make
Every
them
single
flat.
piece, huh?
Yep.
You should've told me this ahead of time. You could've
Yeah,
told me
I
this
didn't think
earlier.
anything of that. We are going to pull the second
Might take a bit.
spool up and wind a single bobbin. Actually, we'll wind two because that was the last of that color in my little area. So I'll just wind some bobbins while he irons. Yeah, I've been working on the baby clothes quilt. I haven't really been sewing much because I've had a lot of doctor's appointments, and this week I have a mammogram and other stuff. And we have been binge watching all the Star Wars in whatever order. What is it called? Chronological order.
You've been long arm quilting.
And I've been long arm quilting. I've had a lot of jobs. I still have a lot of jobs, but I'm getting through them.
How do you store your extra jelly roll strips?
Extra jelly roll strips go in my extra jelly roll strip bin. I have a drawer. Usually I don't have any left though. I try to use up the whole jelly roll kind of deal, you know. All right, my little clippy on here. And if you're wondering where I'm pulling from, I have this cool little nifty thing that I keep under here. Empty bobbins and bobbin hooky mabobbers, and then full bobbins and full hooky thingamabobbers. And then I also keep my cleaning spiky tools in here that get up in there, as well as my walking foot, because that's the only other foot I really switch to on here, unless I'm making bags. And then a different kind of spool cap to keep it on there. Don't ask me why that's in there, but it's in there. I used a small spool recently, and I was like, oh, I'll just stick that on. Keep it from popping off, since this is a high-speed machine. My king quilter is actually behaving, yes. I'm so surprised that I got the tension perfect and it's not been messing up on client quilts. Sometimes it just wants to do its own thing. You know, it's any machine has a mind of its own, you know. Sometimes things just get knocked out of whack somehow, or it needs maintenance, or it needs this, or you just need to keep up with things, unlike me, who's very lazy about it, but I get it done. Keep it clean as best as possible.
What brand of thread do you use?
Right now I am using Essentials. You can find that at Connecting Threads. It's Connecting Threads brand called Essentials. I love the stuff. I have lots of the stuff. I even have all the colors of it. Well, this isn't all the colors. This is most of the colors in this bin, you know, because let me just open it. I love this stuff. My Juki, this Juki, you know, is the one that's actually doing really good with it. The last Juki, my other TL2010Q, didn't like all these other brands of thread, but this one does. So it's good. And then I have a whole drawer of white because I bought white and black and gray in the 10 packs. And it's pretty cheap. It's actually cheaper than buying the spools of the 100% cotton quilting thread that Walmart sells, because that's what we were doing for a long time. So it's actually cheaper than that. So now I buy the 10 packs of this. And I go through a lot of thread because I make a lot of quilts. All right, can you start passing me those?
Oh, yeah.
And I can start.
I didn't know you were ready.
Oh, yeah.
I have the pen on.
All right, what I'm going to do on these is I'm going to cut off, I did 7.5, minus the half. So I'm going to cut 2.5-inch strip from two sides. Oh, let's see if this 10-inch is on the pinking or away from the pinking. It is on the outside of the pinking. So the outside of the pinking.
What thread did you use on your other Juki? That like you said Sarah hates this thread.
My other Juki liked the Coates and Clark 100% quilting cotton thread, the big spools.
Where do you get that at?
Walmart.
Oh, okay.
We were getting those at Walmart online.
Yeah, I don't have
All right, I'm going to cut off a 2.5-inch strip off one side, and then I'm going to turn it and cut a 2.5-inch strip off the other side. And I'm going to do that to all of these. For now, I'm just going to do one. All right, so I have a 2.5-inch strip one way and a 2.5-inch strip the other way. Then I'm going to bring it over here, and my 2.5-inch strip should be perfectly 7.5 inches right here to go on one end. And then this other one, I'm going to have to cut a 1/2 inch off of it once it's sewn on, is going to go on the other end, on the side. And that will give me my 9.5, leaving me with a 7.5-inch square, which is fine because I'm going to mix and match all of these up. So let's choose a color for, the green looks good on that guy. What will look good on this one?
These are out of order? These actually
Yeah,
go
just give them,
underneath
I
that?
don't care. Just give them to me out of order is fine. We're going to put this one, no, let's do this one on this guy. Ooh, yeah, he looks good on here. All right, so I'm going to do that same thing. I'm going to choose 4 blocks to chop up at 2.5 inches one direction, and then turn it and do 2.5 inches off the other direction. So it'll be a 7.5 by 2.5 inch piece and a 2.5 inch by 10 inch piece. But we don't need, you know, and they're gonna go on different sides. And then again, I'm only gonna have 4 leftovers of these 7.5 inch pieces because those won't go with anything because I'm just gonna mix and match the rest of the pile. So this guy gets these because the big ones aren't getting anything. They're just gonna fill in blocks. So that one go on that one. This one goes on this one. Let's cut something. Let's do pink or something on this guy, or this red one. This bright red one on this one. Oh yeah, that will look good. All right. See, this is how you improvise with panels. It's so much fun to do. Especially panels that have square blocks in them, you know. All right, so that one will go with this guy. Woohoo! And one more. Let's put pink on this one. Okay.
Okay, here go with dark colors.
Just,
I think you have one whole set now.
yeah.
Yeah, because I'm starting with pink again. So yes, that's one whole set you have there. Of every color.
Okay. Thank you.
Be quick.
That's fine. I'm going to stack them all up anyway and cut them all at the same exact time. For now, I'm just cutting these singles, and I'm going to sew the singles up and show everyone what the blocks look like. All right, and I'm going to put them on opposite sides. I don't want them to be exactly, I don't want all of it to be the same size. So this one will go with it on the right side and the bottom. This one will go on the left side and the bottom. And this one will go on the left side and the top. And this one will go on the right side and the top. Aha, okay. So I'm going to start by attaching this to this. And I'm going to use a 1/4 inch seam and make sure that my machine is stitching. I'm just going to finger press it back towards the strip I just added, and then this one was going to go on the right. Yeah, this one's on the right. And again, it's a 1/2 inch bigger than it needs to be, and we'll trim those off. But that's just because, you know, we're taking away a seam allowance between the top and the bottom. So once I finger press this, just don't mind that piece that needs to be chopped off, but this will be my block. So I'm going to do this with all of the blocks, except only these ones will have the pieces around it for the panels. The rest will be whatever. So if you have more panel pieces than that, then that would be awesome, because then you can just swap out or use a jelly roll and add to your top and bottom, or top and side, or however you want to do it. I'm putting them all in different spots. Because I think it will look cool.
Your nails match the kitty on the machine.
Yeah, my nails match this one. Woohoo, pretty. I don't plan that, it just happens. My nails have matched a few projects that I've done in the past, like super matched. It's crazy.
Yeah, that was total coincidence.
Yeah, some of them it's just a coincidence. I don't even look at that either until someone says it in the chat. Then I'm like, oh, hey, it does. Look at that. Right now I'm just finger pressing, but Scott's regular ironing the rest of the pieces. So once he's done, I'll pass him my blocks.
All right. You started me off behind with
Oh, this one's adorable. Look at that. So cute.
Oh!
I like this one. This one is adorable.
That looks good.
So look at, remember, I'm putting them all on different sides so they're not the same, you know, and they're going to get randomly placed in the quilt when I lay it out too. So that'll be fun. Oh, this guy's cute too. And then this one. Look at him. So cute. All right, those will get pressed, but for now we'll start stacking all these pieces and cutting them and swapping everything around.
First? I only have a few left there, but I can jump. All right.
No. Nope,
I have
I'm
like
stacking
8
all
pieces
this
left.
up nicely so that I can cut it all at the same exact time.
I have like 8 pieces left there, so it'll be a little bit. Plus the bottoms of each stack are way worse than the tops.
Yeah,
Underneath themselves.
that's why I like regular layer cakes that are not rolled up. All right, so I'm just going to cut a 2.5 inch strip off of one side, turn it, cut a 2.5 inch strip off the bottom. We're going to be playing the mix and match game with all this, so I'm just going to stack them over here out of the way, back where they originally were, stack some more up and cut some more. And then that whole entire stack we will play mix and match with, which is really easy to do because technically I just take like 3 or 4 pieces from the top, put them on the bottom, and that will be from the big square because the sides I'm going to try to keep, the same. That way it matches the squares. It's probably one of the easiest things you can do with a layer cake. It's just slice and resew. Well, slice, mess up, slice and dice, and then mix them up, and then put them back together again. I remember when I first started quilting, Scott was always like, why do you want to take perfectly good fabric, chop it up, and sew it back together again?
I never understood it.
He never understood it. And now that he's all these years later seen my work, he's like, I know why she chops it up because this is awesome,
I used to not like to pay money for you to buy nice fabric to chop up that had cool stuff on.
He used to get frustrated. He's like, really? You want to spend $8 on that? Because that was back when good fabric was $8 a yard or less. Now it's not. Now it's like 12. But yeah, he used to get frustrated. He's like, really? You're going to spend that much money and chop up that beautiful piece of fabric? I'm like, yeah, I am. And then he'd see what I'd make with it. And he's like, oh, wow. And then it just kind of over the years, he got used to it. It's like, okay, now I know. Now I get it. Now he buys the fabric for me and he doesn't care.
I do. I'm your fabric buyer. I do all the buying.
Yep, he does all of my fabric buying now. I tell him what I need. I tell him the name of a line or something, and then he goes and hunts it all down for me. I do not do any of that anymore. Oops. I knew that was hanging over a little bit. It's one of those wonky pieces. Wonky. We're just going to call it right
Before
there.
we started, you gave me a project for this week. I have to buy blue camo fabric.
Yep, he's got to buy me blue camo fabric this week.
What am I doing next? These?
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, I'm just cutting 2.5 inches from the side and then turning it and cutting 2.5 inches off the bottom. So you should have one 2.5 by 10 inch piece and one 2.5 by 7.5 inch piece and one big 7.5 inch square is what you should be left with.
These are all pressed the way they go, right?
Yeah, I finger pressed them the way they need to be.
Yeah, I figured.
I'm ahead of you on that one.
Is there only 4 here?
Yeah, there's only 4 of those. And then we're gonna start chain piecing all of this together and try to keep it in order once I get in order, because then I can get it done quicker. Because I'm so fast.
That panel anymore?
I don't know, because some of the stuff is donated to me and I don't know where it comes from or how long ago it was. It seems pretty, just by the feel of the fabric, it seems pretty newer, but it might not be available. So you just have to do a quick Google search and find it. I highly, highly recommend using Google for searching for things, because we use Google for everything. That's how we find things. Even information, like your doctor gives you a new medication, you get home, Google it. That way you can get WebMDs or whatever's, medication stuff about things that the pharmacist doesn't give you on side effects or studies, We tend to do that. At least I do. because I want to make sure what I'm taking isn't going to react with other things. And I actually found 2 medications before that the doctor prescribed and the pharmacist missed it, and they were not something that you're supposed to take together. And I was wondering why I was having problems. Well, I stopped taking it and I stopped having the problems. So it's definitely good to look things up just in case, because sometimes they miss something. You know, doctors and pharmacists don't get it all. Not very many more left here to cut. And then all I have to do is start sewing. But the first blocks are done, which are the cat blocks. Again, 1 2.5 by 10-inch strip, and turn the piece and cut a 2.5 by 7.5 inch.
How many 10-inch squares are you cutting?
I am cutting a whole layer cake's worth. So, because there was 21 pieces, that makes 42. So I'll be able to do the 7 across by 8. No, is 7 times 8 42, or is it 6 times 7?
6 times 7 is 42.
Okay, so 6 across by 7 down. I'm going to do, but some of these I won't use because I'm replacing them with the bigger cat piece blocks. So it'll be -4. I'll have a remainder of 4.
6 times 8 is 48. 6 times 7 is 42. What was the other one you asked?
7 times 8.
Because you asked me a whole lot at once. It's 56.
Yeah, I'm not doing that many. I will have 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. What equals 46? Nothing, right? Yeah, that's an oddball one.
23 times 2.
Yeah, that wouldn't be an equal number. Oops, just turn it.
12 goes into 48. Yeah, I don't know what else goes into 46.
Yeah, nothing. Nope. It'll just be with a remainder of 4 blocks, which is fine because they can go on the back, which I've done before in the past as well. It's going to be a cute quilt, though, that's for sure. We're going to start an auction while I am getting all this cut and organized. That one's fine. Yeah. All right, this auction is bidding in the chat. I don't care if it's dollar increments. I'll give you a starting number, which is going to be $5 right here because it'll cover shipping. And then it's free shipping within the US. And you guys just bid until the highest bidder gets it. Nope, it's equal. This one is a patriotic table topper or wall hanging. I don't care what you do with it. It's just a little patriotic thing. And it has the state fabric. So the fabric has all the states in it. And then this fabric is patriotic, and this one is stars, and it's quilted with loops and stars. And Scotty will bring it close to the camera in a minute. We're just going to start the auction. So what I'm going to do with this big, huge stack is I'm going to just take like a stack of it off the top, and I'm going to put it on the bottom. And if I end up with 2 colors that match, I'll just move a piece of these. No big deal. As long as these ones stay in order, my string ones, the strip pieces. So now I'm just going to start piecing it. I'm going to start by hooking all these sides onto here and then repeat with the other direction. Yeah, because it's on a star. It's on a red, white, and blue project.
I know. It's red, white, blue on red, white, and blue.
Yeah, he put red, white, and blue on red, white, and blue. He's going to bring it up to the camera for you guys to see and hold it there for a minute or 2 so that you guys can see it. It's just a little table topper. It's only, hold it up to here so you can see how many inches it is.
I will in a second. Wait.
It looks like it's like 22 inches or so. Oh, it's 23 and a half It's probably 23.5 by 23.5.
By 23.5.
Yep.
Yes.
So it's a 23.5-inch square.
And here's the back. And you can see all the loops and stars that are quilted.
There's the back. You could see all the loops and stars that are quilted. Remember, they can't hear you. I'm repeating. Gonna have to take the flag down anyway so that I can lay this out on the wall when I get a bunch of blocks made.
Get this iron
So far, I've not had any matches, which is good. Okay, we're at 60. Last he saw.
It could be higher.
It's a cute little table topper or wall hanging. Like I said, you can do whatever you want with it. Yeah, just swipe it onto the wall and it'll stay.
Look at that. There's thinking.
Yep. That one doesn't have to be clipped up. It just sticks to the wall because it's small. This is going to be an adorable quilt. I'm loving the geometrically-ness of the fabric. And then off of all of these blocks, I'll only have to cut off that extra 1/2 inch on the bottoms from everything, which should go pretty quick. I love when a pre-cut makes making a quilt super cinch, like when you can just make it in a couple hours and be like, oh yay, I did that, and it looks adorable when you're done. That's why I love just making things up as I go, because it definitely is super fun to do.
You want to call this a 60?
All right, 62.
Shirley,
Shirley going once. 60 to Shirley going twice, and sold to Shirley for 60. Don't forget to email me at tiffanysquiltinglife@yahoo.com. Let us know how you would like to pay via PayPal, Zelle, or Venmo. Remember, the PayPal does have fees, but Venmo and Zelle do not. Venmo and Zelle do not.
fabric and make a backing?
Can I what?
Explain how to take a 45-inch wide fabric and make a backing. How to sew it.
Well, it depends on how big the quilt is for your backing. If you need 1 yard, 2 yards, 3 yards of fabric. Most people sew a diagonal seam. So say you need 2 yards of fabric. You're going to have 2 yards, split that in half, and then you're going to make one super long piece when you split it. Or you can take and lay it out 40 whatever and add the sides to the top and bottom for a wide piece. That gives you 3 seams. I don't do it that way. I take the amount of yardage I need for a horizontal seam, not vertical. I don't like to load vertical seams on my long arm. I like to load them horizontally. Or else it creates like this pucker in the middle on the long arm. So I always make the horizontal seams. So if I needed 4 yards, I would take my 72 inches of 2 yards and hook it to the other 72 inches of 2 yards, and you would have 72 by 83-ish, 84-ish, depending on your width of fabric piece. So that's, you know, a almost full-size bed quilt or a large lap quilt's worth of backing fabric. Huh? Well, it's 9.5-inch squares, and we're doing, what did I say, 6 by 7 or 7 by 8? What was it? I don't remember. It's going to be lap size. It'll be a lap quilt, so it'll be like 65 by 75 or whatever. I don't know, somewhere around there. A good lap size, though. So far, I haven't had any matching. Because I technically have 2 of each piece. Oh, we're going to throw another auction up there before I start laying a quilt out, which will be soon, but not too soon. We're going to start this one off at 10. Same procedure. This is, I think this one's 44 by 20 something. You might have to clip it.
The tag is pulling that end off. So I'm going to see if I put this way without the tag.
This one is something I made off camera. I don't remember. I'd have to look. It is a table runner, though.
Oh, we know that.
40 something by 20 something. Measuring thing right here. I got it. Literally right here.
Well, I'm gonna have to pull the end straight so you can get it correct.
43 by 20 and a half. 43 by 20 and a half. Table runner. And it's super cute. All right. I now can separate all these, and then I'm just going to have you give me the iron because I'm pretty quick with this. Okay.
I don't have anyone plugged in. Which one do you want?
Mine.
Yeah, I was getting there.
All right. I'm going to separate all these, keeping them in order. And then I'm going to press them. Because that way, once the order is back in order, and the order is back in order, then the next pieces on the sides should line right up. I'm using my Blade Saver cutter by Purple Hobbies, the Gypsy Quilter, Purple Hobbies, I don't know, one or the other.
What is the thing for that?
Blade Saver. Yeah, purplehobbies.com. You can find it on Fat Quarter Shop. Just type in Blade Saber or Blade Saber. I'm thinking of lightsabers. Blade Saver, or you can type in, because I don't think I have a link for that one.
Yeah.
Oh, I do? Oh, Scott put the link in.
Purple.
Yep. Scott put a link in for it.
I'm gonna bring this up there so they can see.
He's going to also bring the quilt up to you guys for you to see.
Barely see it. $45 now.
And it's around $45, I think, right now, he said.
Oh, where is it?
Oh, it's at 50. It's at 55.
It's going.
It's just going on its own. So that's the back.
Tag.
And there's a tag on it. It says made by me.
Well, it doesn't say made by me.
Yeah, definitely doesn't say made by Scotty. It's got a fun quilting design on it, like a loop swirl thing. Sometimes I just like to mess around. That's one of those moments right there. I like to make things off camera and then goof around on the long arm. I purposely do that just so that I can have something to play with, an idea that came across my head. You know, that kind of deal. Just trying to be creative.
You're good at your loop swirls. You do a very good job of them.
It's the whole purpose of having the long arm so that I can have fun.
You're doing my job now.
Yep.
I'm done with taking the stuff back and forth.
Oh, well, I got this. It's going to be a slight. It's going to be bright. It's a bright, colorful quilt. Gosh, I cannot speak. Whatever I said this fabric line was earlier, something Violet Crafts, I think. This is these definitely make good blender fabrics. All these, and there's so many colors to choose from. A rainbow assortment of color.
Did you say that line is from the blender fabrics?
The line reminds me of blenders. It is Violet Craft Modern Classics. It was a Fat Quarter Shop exclusive little bundle. It was probably in a sew sampler box, and more than one person sent it to me because they didn't like the project maybe that goes with it or something. I don't know. Or they just never used it. And they knew I would. Because that's why people send me stuff. So I'm pretty sure if you type in Violet Craft Classics into the Fat Quarter Shop's website, you'll probably see these. I definitely love a lot of color in a quilt.
Okay, we're at 75, should we call it?
We're at 75. It's been there for a minute. Yeah, okay. We're at 75 to whom?
Dawn.
Dawn going once. 75 to Dawn going twice. And sold to Dawn for 75. Dawn, you know how to contact me.
Yeah.
You know the procedure.
I think Dawn's bought more of your stuff than anyone.
Yep, Dawn owns more of my quilts than anybody. Probably
Including our family.
including my own family. Yep. All right, now I'm going to attach the other side. So you can see I'm back in order again. Look at that, they go together. So I'm back in order. And now I'm just going to attach these to this side. And it doesn't matter now if it's top, bottom, right, left, because we're going to play the topsy-turvy game when I lay all this out. So now I'm just going to line up the top, but the bottom is going to hang over on these. So if you remember, I'm going to be cutting off a, half an inch of a seam at the bottom of all these once everything is sewn. And now I really don't need to keep things in order. So after every like 5 or 6, I can chop this off, separate it from the machine and pass it to Scott to iron. That way it's all ready to lay out, or trim and lay out.
Oh, so I can iron now?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Because I'm just going to start passing them to you after a few. Just going to separate them. So you might need your snips.
I got snips, don't you worry. My snips,
I love my snips so much that Scotty has a pair on the other side of the room so that he can snip apart my chain piecing while he's over there ironing, and just snips them apart. So just roll them back like I was doing, okay?
Roll what that?
This.
What are you talking about?
Push them back like this.
Oh,
okay, the seam.
Yeah.
There you go. Take this and put this away since he's now going to iron while I sew all these on. This project goes a little bit quicker than most because we're only taking 2 seams off of our Layercake squares, and this has probably been done by a ton of different content creators out there or businesses that create patterns and stuff. So this is a very common thing to do, but easy thing to do. So it's a common, easy way to cut up a layer cake and use all the pieces. I also, if you want a little bit more complex cuts, you can go to my Layercake Madness pattern that I did. It's one of my videos. There's a remake video and then a regular video on it. Just letting you guys know. One was done on like a Sew Sunday or something, and then one was a remade filmed video. A lot of people have made that pattern, and it looks amazing in whatever layer cake you use. It's really one of those versatile patterns that I made up. Snip these off of here, throw those to Scott. And just keep sliding these through. So if you're a beginner, it's very fun to play with these.
Did you already iron the bottom?
Huh? Yeah.
Oh.
That was what I was doing on my side. Because I don't have time to finger press all these. There's a lot of pieces here.
Okay, what's my, what am I working on? This part?
Yep. It even irons pretty quick. Because you're just rolling back one piece on each side.
Or it's because you got the expert.
Or because you have an Iron Man helping you along.
You got the expert.
Come on. What was happening?
That one wouldn't go flat. There's a big hunk of thread on their seam.
Oh.
You see, always blame me for ironing. Sometimes it's not me. Sometimes there's a big hunk of thread in the way.
Yeah.
The seam was all mushed up. I was like, why is that not flat? Tell them about Thumper's Day.
Thumper
That's
is
where Thumper is.
Thumper is hiding because
Got his behind.
so I don't know if you guys' cats do this, but random Thumper's 13 this year. He's old, okay? He literally now, he never did this before. He never meowed. His most of his adult life, he was a quiet cat, never meowed unless it was like because he was all alone and or didn't realize he was all alone or something, you know. Other than that, he doesn't meow. But lately, since he's gotten older, he started meowing after he uses his kitty litter box. So he lets us know because he can't clean his own behind. He lets us know if he has dingleberries. So he's a fluffy cat. You guys know this. You've seen him. He's so fluffy. Even when he is shaved, you still got to wipe it. There's no way around it. So today he just decided he wanted to meow up a storm again to let us know that he just used his litter box. It's literally within 5 minutes of using the litter box. He does it like sometimes as he's leaving the bathroom.
He does it while he's in the bathroom.
Yeah, sometimes it's while he's in the bathroom, yes. And yeah, so he let us know, but he tried to run from Daddy today. He usually doesn't. He usually stays right there to get his butt wiped. But today he tried to run from Scotty so that he can get wiped.
Yeah, it's Daddy's job to do that.
Because that's Daddy's job. Mommy's job is to shave him and pet him. But today he got his lovin' from me while I was doing my exercises in the room. My back was really hurting this morning. Like, it's still hurting, but I got on the floor to do my exercises to kind of ease some of the back pain. And Thumper comes up and he starts licking and eating my hair because I was laying on my belly doing leg stuff. And he's coming up licking my hair. So I reach and I try to pet him and he's biting me. He only has one snaggle tooth in the front, one of his, canine teeth. And yeah, that stuff hurts when he bites. I almost said a bad word. Sorry. But yeah, he started playing with me this morning. He was like in a mood because it wasn't just me that he wanted to play with while I was doing my exercises. He was messing with Scott, and it was like you would never know that he's old, lazy, and lays around all day long. Today was one of those spurts where he just had a lot of energy, wanted to meow, wanted to eat my hair. Don't ask me why he was licking my hair either, but I let him because he's my cat, and if he wants to lick me, oh well, let him lick me. The only kid he used to do it with the most was Cyrus. Cyrus and Thumper were best buds, and yeah, Thumper would just lick Cyrus's head to death. Yeah, that was funny, but he now licks my hair. Maybe it's because it's long and it tangles on his tongue. I don't know, but if I let my hair down and I just like let it fall off my face and land on him to like tickle him with it, he'll play with it like it's string toy, It's kind of funny. But yeah, I don't know if your guys' cats do it or not as they get old, but now he lets us know when he goes to the kitty dookie. And it's weird after 13 years of a quiet, 12 years of a quiet cat, because he started doing it last year. It's just odd, that's all. Just odd. The things our animals do. And now he's hiding because Scott fed him, and then he puked up all his food because he swallows it whole sometimes in a hurry because he's too anxious to slow down, like me. And yeah, he just made a mess, and he went and hid. So you guys probably won't see him tonight because he's in his hidey hole in the living room on his rocking chair.
Do you iron to the dark side or deep side?
It depends on the project when I iron. The question was, do I iron to the dark side or do I just iron? Well, I usually press to a darker side unless, like, say I'm following a pattern. Then I do what the pattern says. But most times, like projects like this, I press away. Sorry, hiccup. I press away from the center. So it's always that's towards the outside. So whether it's dark or light fabric, it really don't matter. Just pressing everything away from. The only seams that should nest in this whole entire project are putting the rows together seams because I'm going to be alternating the pieces. So there shouldn't be nothing to nest up when it comes to which way things are pressed. All right, these are all now sewn. I'm going to snip these apart so Scott's ready for them, and then I'm going to start cutting off the...
I got all these done.
Yeah, I'm going to start cutting off the excess pieces off of all those other ones. It doesn't matter what order anything is in now, so that's a plus. I'm just going to throw that up to him over there. I'm going to start cutting off the extra 1/2 inch off of all of these, and I'm just going to use the smaller ruler for that because I really don't need to straighten or square anything because the blocks are pretty darn square already, lining it up just right. So I'm just going to trim these off, and I'm just going to use the rotary cutter to get them all off. And then we're going to start laying this out on the wall because that's how quick this project will go, even for you. This is one of those quicker type projects. If I would have had everything pre-pressed, it probably would have went faster. But if you're a regular to my channel, you'll know I do things on the quick, fast, and in a hurry most times. Most times. There are times that something, takes a little bit longer. All right, so I'm just going to line all this up, chop that extra piece off. Oh, I want to separate these, though, because that way when I put them up on the wall, they're not that way I know where those pieces are. And it doesn't matter which way these pieces are because they're going to get mixed around. I'm using the line on the ruler, by the way, to line up along the edge so that I do have a straight cut. So it's lined up right here and along the edge. That way I know for a fact I'm cutting off straight. So it's lined up on the edge of the ruler and then on a line on the ruler. Or a 1/2 inch line, whatever line I'm lining up at that very moment. I probably could stack them all up and cut them at the same time, but that's a lot of perfection stacking, so I'm not even going to bother. I'll just do one piece at a time. There's only 42, well, 44 technically that I'm doing. No, 40, yeah, 42 because I replaced my 4 pieces and then I'm substituting 4 other pieces as well. I don't know which ones yet, but we'll see once we hang it all up.
Is this all of them?
Yeah, that's the last of it. Okay. Again, I'll just tell you one more time. From a 10-inch square, we had cut off a 2.5 by 10-inch piece, and then a 2.5 by 7.5 inch piece, and then you have your 7.5 inch square left over. So it's fairly simple to make this most easy block, like literally that simple.
Very colorful.
Yeah, this is going to be a very colorful quilt. Wait till we put it on the wall. It's going to look awesome. Oops, it's on the side right there. Looks like I have a little bit on this side of this one. I will trim that as I go, if I see them. This time I saw it. Oh, I tried to match it up nicely at that one end, but it's not always perfect. Most of them are lined up, though, pretty good. Okay. He still has a few over there to press.
I got 2 more.
Oh, that's it?
Are you done? There you go. Take that. Keep these behind. I have 2 more. Calm down. I'm going here. I'm doing the chat in this. Give me a second. I'm going.
Hey, can you repress this one, please? You folded it over.
I did?
Yeah, see?
No, I didn't notice that. Oh, it's because I turned it around and I ironed this one on the back. That's what happened.
That's fine.
This one had a boo-boo, so it had to be ironed from the back side. Would be the last. And we got 1 more.
All right, just a few more pieces, and then we're going to lay it out. Oh, this one has a little bit sticking off on this end. Literally just like not even 1/8 of an inch. Sometimes that happens, though. I'm checking both ends before I cut anyway, just to make sure, but so far most of them are pretty darn good. And 1 more, and we're going to lay it out. What did I say I was doing? 6 across by 7 down? I don't know. All right. Let's move these clips out of my way. And we are going to lay this out. Technically, we're hanging it out because we're putting it on a wall. If I was laying it, it would be on the floor. All right. This is all garbage. Here we go. So.
I'll tell him we finally found a lady to take all of our scraps. She makes cat beds.
Oh, I found a lady to take all the scraps, by the way. She makes cat beds. All right, so that one, I'll put this one here.
Can't see that at all. Should I move it up?
Well, I don't know how far down I'm going to go. I'm going to put this one this way. No, I want a darker one there.
Should I just move it up for now?
Yeah, move it up for now. We're going to put one here, so that's 2. We'll do 3. Then we'll add one of these guys. We need these ones too. But I don't want to lose that in binding, but this one can go 4. Oh, I already have orange in that row. Let's do 5. Let's scoot it over a little bit. orange in that row. Do we have that color? Oh, I just put yellow up there. Let's do this one. And 6. Let's put it this way. Okay, there's 6 across. Then we're going to do
Oh, that is so cute with that kitty cat.
here. And we're going to put a big cat in this row. Right here. The green here. Like I said, it doesn't matter which way they go. Have this green yet? No, I do not. They can go however you want to place them in there. Just like that. Red. And then this pale green. And then this row, we will start with a little cat right here. And I can move the kitties around in the rows. Oh, that's the same color. I don't want 2 same colors on top of each other. That. That. Put this guy here. That way? Sure, why not? This one. This way? Sure, why not? No, that's 2 the same. Let's put this one there. And pink, red right there. Let's add a big cat in this row. Here. Let's do this dark green right there. This pretty blue with the yellow right here. Yes, I'm really loving it. This was a definite fun idea. Scott's like, I'm the master. He's the one that found the layer cakes. Actually, this is like almost the middle row, so this one should get 2 cats in it.
It was my idea to do a panel quilt. Then it was my idea to do this panel, and it was my idea to put it with the layer cake. All this was my idea.
This was all Scotty's idea.
Yeah. Just the layer cake.
Oops, why am I putting yellow on yellow? Let's put this one right there. This one here. This light pink one. Oh, that's too close to that guy. Put that there. And that there. Like that. And a gray one right here. This. All right, and then we're going to put a big cat right here. I'm going to have a room because I'm doing rows here like this. Doesn't matter which way I put them, but I will have an extra cat to try to fit in somewhere with my pieces. There's going to be one row that'll have 2 cats in it. So the next row would be this. So he can go right here. So one row is going to get 2 kitties in it. So I have to find like so this row will be the one with the 2 kitties because it's the middle row. Move this one way over here. I don't want orange next to orange. Let's put this. This is where the layer cakes came from. It's Violet Craft. Something or other. Yeah, just read it. That's what it says. And that one there. I have 2 extra pieces left, which we're going to this row. So let's put the other kitty. We're going to remove that one. Put him here. And then I'm going to move this guy to this part right here. My purple cutter is a Purple Hobbies blade saver. That guy there, and then we're going to move this one to right here. Scotty put a link in for it. This right there, like that. There we go. All right, I'm going to step back and see if the color placement is good. I need to move these dark ones. There's dark in that row, dark in that row. This one should go here, so that way it balances that out. That, and then that one, and that one. There's 2 all the way on this end, so let's put this guy. Oh, can't have 2 yellows on top of each other. We'll put him right here. Here. Nope. I am just putting them all in funky directions. Which row? 1, 2, 3.
Row 3, column 3, and 4.
It don't matter. No, I'm just making them all different. No, I can turn some of them though. So this one can go like this. That guy has to stay that way. This one can go like that. This yellow can go way over there like that, or it can go like that because I didn't want 2 yellows touching. So I could swap this yellow with this purple right here. Put this one right there. But then I have 2 blues on. It's not going to matter if I just keep swapping them around. It's just going to keep putting pieces. Yeah. So I could also swap out and put this pinky colored one instead of orange right here. Like, it really doesn't matter. All right, so it's 6 across, 7 down. I need to step back and look at it real quick, and then I'm going to start sewing it together. Because that part shouldn't take too long. So I'm going to step back like you guys. Yeah, it really doesn't matter which way they are. So I'm going to turn a couple of these so that way there's no seam touching a seam. This one I just realized has a little bit hanging off right here. Oh, what was I doing? That way? No. That way? No, that way. No seam touching a seam. I don't want seam touching seam. I mean, they can because they're going to eventually. That doesn't
I
touch.
like how you have 2 cats in the middle. All the rest of the others have 1. That works.
Yeah, and I don't have them on the edge either, except for, you know, the starter ones. But I don't want to lose on the cat, so I made sure to have the bigger piece on the top and bottom so that when binding comes around, it doesn't cut off any of the cat picture. Because I already lost a lot on it anyway, so I don't want to cut off any more of it with binding.
Yeah.
Like this one, I can turn that direction. That one can go that direction. It really doesn't matter. The more I keep switching them, it's just gonna, whatever. They look good. Everything looks mixed up. I mean, I can 100% say that it is mixed up as best as possible. It looks cute. I'm gonna sew it. So I'm gonna start off with row 1. Just gonna pull them off the wall. In order, and then I'm just going to sew them. Yeah, you can put the camera back, yes. Alrighty, so now I'm just going to sew my rows. I'm going to put them right sides together, add the next one, right sides together, add the next one. And they should all be the same exact size, 9.5 inches. Sew it. Add the next. And the next. Oh, did I run out down there? No, I ran out up here. Oh, it didn't run out. It just didn't sew. Aha, that's why, because it came out of the needle. Like I said, it doesn't matter which way I sew them on. So if I spin it or turn it while I'm sewing it, oh well, because it doesn't matter. So this whole row, I'm going to finger press the seams to the right, and then the next row will go to the left, and so on and so forth. So this row will be all to the right. That way, when I put the rows together, they nest. So I'm literally going to just leave this right here and put together row 2, and then hook row 1 and 2 together. So I'm just going to stack them on top of each other.
You could quilt it with kitty paws.
I could, and I actually have been practicing quilting dog bones and cat paws, or dog paws, same thing, the paw. Because remember, I'm not computerized, so I have to learn all these things on my own. I'm having struggles. The bone I got down, the dog bone, but the cat paw I don't have down yet, or dog paw, whatever paw you want to call it. I never said that I was perfect at like learning how to do computerized designs, but I can figure it out. I'm just struggling with the path that leads into and away from, so that I can quilt it in every direction, because I don't want everything to be either one way or the other. So I'm there. I'm getting there. I'm practicing my skills. And eventually I will master it. And then I'll have another design in my computer generated brain. All right, so these ones I'm going to finger press to the left. Oh, come on. If it will go to the left. My. And then I'm going to attach these two rows together. Using my left and right nested seams to hook together and make sure that my rows stay square. I'm just going to finger hold them, sew on to the next one, hold it with my finger. How many designs do I know now? Over 100. And I can make variations of all of them, if that makes any sense. It's mostly because it's so easy. Swirls, flowers, loop-to-loop designs with stuff in it or things like that. Like, I know how to do tons of variations of all those by adding other elements, I'm not like proficient at doing, things that require a ruler or to like a computer, like certain designs I can't do because the computer does them, and I've watched the video 500 times following a computer video. I cannot recreate it because of the way the computer travels and stuff. So there's a lot of designs I can't do because I can't find the path that a computer would do. Because again, I'm not a computer. All right, so row, you can press this for me. It doesn't matter which way. Just press.
You want me to press the big one?
Yeah, as I do these, that way the whole quilt, once I get all these pieces together,
Why? You never have
just press this back. The side seams in between each other should be going left and right. All right, and then we'll get the next row and the next row. There we go. It's all pressed back. All right, I'm going to grab this off the wall.
Just pressing in the middle here, right?
Yeah, and the sides, because they're only finger pressed between each.
Show me what you want. I'm confused.
Okay, these are only finger pressed, so this one is going to the left, but it's only finger pressed. If you could just make it, iron it back, and then iron this up, and then iron that to the right on the whole row. All right, so we're now on row 3. Huh?
This piece that you have, the wool isn't big enough. That's why you always do 2 pieces. So I can only do one at a time. So I'm going to go down the middle first. How's that sound?
You don't have to use it, no.
Oh, okay. Well, make it easy. Yeah, I can't use it. Iron this one. Iron this one. Iron this one.
So this whole row will get pressed to the right because the previous one was to the left. That way this one nests up and then the next one will be to the left. And I'm just doing them in sets of 2 until that bottom 2, then it'll be a set of 3. So again, I'm just going to use my finger to shove these over to the right. So adorable with these kitty cats. It's going to be one of those hard to let go quilts because of the kitties. But I own way too many quilts. And wall hangings wise, shoot, I got like 30 wall hangings, that I alternate through. I save a lot of my stuff. I try not to, but there's those times where I'm like, oh, this is so cute. I don't want to get rid of it. Oh, that's so cute. I love it when a plan comes together. Now you guys can mix elements, though. You can mix panel pieces, with the square blocks from panels. You can mix them with layer cakes or charm squares or jelly rolls. Oh, he came out of his hidey hole. Thumper came to say hi. Look at kitties. Look. Ooh, he's so cute, huh? Not as cute as you, though, huh? He's not as cute as you.
Look at him. He says, Mama, what are you doing?
Look at the kitties. It's like, I don't even see that. It's all black and white. What
are you doing?
All right, this whole row goes to the left. So I'm going to finger press them all to the left. All right, and then I'm going to hook the 2 together.
What breed is Thumper?
Thumper is mitted ragdoll and snowshoe, we believe.
Well, he could be one or the other.
He could be one or the other or both, but he looks like a mitted ragdoll, but he acts like a snowshoe, which, So he has like the characteristics of both. Oh, I still do. Okay. It almost sounded like there was no thread. Sometimes you can tell when the thread runs out or not. I almost sounded like there was no thread for a second, like it ran out of bobbin. All right, so I'm just gonna, he has the iron on, right?
Yes.
Oh, I'm just gonna do this real quick.
Well, now I know what
Well, so I'm gonna hook these 2 together.
Hey, I did good on the other one, didn't I?
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing.
Oh, no, it's fine. I'm just gonna do it real quickly so I can hook these 4 together. Oh, I forgot this cord is
yes,
not.
The cord is short. You have to keep pulling it this way.
hook this row to this row. That out of the way over there. So this one is the bottom. This one is the top. So make sure they're facing the correct direction. All right. And start sewing, line it up, and go. Stop at the seam, line up the next seam. All right, I'm going to press this back, and then I just have 3 more rows to sew. Just literally going to leave it over here, too. Actually, I'll just leave it right here on the ironing board. No, because I need to do the other pieces, too. Let's put it on the wall. Come on. Right there. Probably crooked because I cannot hang things up straight. I'm short, I can't tell. Okay, next. Boy, this is so adorable.
How many hours a day do you think you spend sewing?
Well, it depends. Some days I'll spend 8 hours sewing, off and on. I don't sew straight 8 hours. That's impossible for me to do. But some days I'll spend the whole day because I'm filming a video or something. And some days I don't sew at all. So it kind of depends. I don't sew every single day lately. And I haven't for the last couple weeks only because of the, which way was this? Left? Oh, that was right, left, right, left. This is right. I don't sew every day for the last few weeks because of my whole tension headache problem. I couldn't be in here with the lights on, and it was killing me to hold my neck down. And so I was actually only sewing during live streams and a little bit after, like my Breakfast at Tiffany's episode that was the diamond quilt. I did a little bit of sewing afterwards to finish that top so that it's ready for the next episode. But I haven't been sewing much lately. On the norm, though, probably, I would say I sew like 16 to 18 hours a week in total. Long arm quilting is about 4 to 6 hours a week. So So I don't really sew as much as you guys think I do. I did for a long time, but lately hasn't been.
You work almost all day, every day.
But I do other things.
Cutting fabric.
Yeah, prepping fabrics and things like that.
Ironing fabric, sewing fabric, cleaning machines.
Yeah.
You have many machines. You also do a lot of embroidery. You also do a lot of long arming.
Embroidery, long arming, cleaning machines, taking care of my stuff, organizing things. That's all considered work. So in the quiltingness of my life. So I'm all over the place. I did run out of bobbin now. I rolled one, so there it is right there.
You guys ask this question all the time, but Tiff works almost all day, every day, 7 days a week. She gets up in the morning between 7 and 8, she eats breakfast, and then she works till around 10 or 11. She takes a break, she eats, and then she takes a little nap. And then she gets up again, and she works until nighttime when she eats supper, and then she takes a break, and she either watches a movie and hangs out with me, or she works until nighttime. We don't watch a movie every day together. She might work all the way till bedtime at night. It all depends on how she's feeling. It's just what work is she doing.
Yeah, I'm all over the place with work.
Her work consists of 20 different things.
Yeah. So in the mornings, I like to long arm quilt in the morning. So that's something I usually do in the morning time. I get all the whatever long arm quilting I can get done that morning. Then I have days where, which way am I pressing this? This is this way, left. Where I get up in the morning and I'll come in here or I'll go in my fabric room and organize. My fabric room is constantly becoming a mess over and over again because I'm constantly messing it up. I start something and then I get going on it. So I'm constantly making a disaster out of that room because I'm trying to get all my pre-cuts made and stuff. And there's a project in there that I'm starting to cut for a book, which I've showed you guys. So eventually I'll have enough pieces to make some of those quilts. But the last few weeks, I haven't been working as much. Let's just say that. I did a lot more long arm quilting while I had the tension headache than anything else. Because I can stand it when I stand because my head is more like this position and my eyes are looking down. So that one I can kind of do. This goes that way. Oops. Stay the way I pressed it. Oh, come on. All right, let me press this back real quick. And we have one more row to sew.
What size square is left after your cuts?
What size square is left after my cuts? I don't get what they're saying.
Do they want to know what size each block is?
After the cuts, you get a 7.5 inch square. So you cut off a 2.5 by 10-inch piece from your first cut, and then you turn the square to the side, and you'll cut a 2.5 by 7.5 inch piece, and you're left with a 7.5 inch square, which is the size of the pieces that I cut the the panel pieces off of, and then the other panel pieces I cut at 10 or 9.5 inches. All right, I'm just going to leave that row out of the way and get this row together. And then we'll put the two sections together. All right, so this one, that one was left. This one goes to the right. And then when you put all the pieces together, it becomes a 9.5 inch square. All you have to do is cut off a little 1/2 inch of that bottom piece that I did a little bit ago, if you rewind the video when I was making the blocks. It's a fairly simple way to use layer cake, squares. And then to mix it all up, I just took a big chunk stack off of the 7.5 inch squares and put that on the bottom, and left my 10 inch by 2.5 inch alone, and left the other ones alone too, the 7.5 by 2.5 inch. But you can mix and match those up too. You don't have to not mix them. You can mix and match the whole entire project and really move around your pieces for your layer cake. But since I added panel pieces and I put the same piece on the top and bottom of my panels, I felt it, necessary to do it the way I did it. All right, so I'm going to put this row onto this row.
Will you put a border on it?
I will not put a border on it. This is one that does not need a border. Plus, I don't have anything that matches. So, I mean, I could put like a black border or something to frame it. But honestly, I think it's a lap quilt that speaks for itself. No need for a border. Or borders, plural. I usually add a border to everything. But this is one of those projects that doesn't need it. It doesn't need a border. It's just a lap quilt. If I had some of the matching fabric or coordinating fabric for the cat panel, maybe, that would have been cool as a border to bring more of the colors from the actual cat panel in. All right, I'm going to press this back real quick and then put this half onto the other half. Uh-huh. Nope. All right, so I'm gonna make sure that these cats stay in the correct orientation. Definitely don't want to put them together upside down. So we're gonna make sure that they are right side up. And we're gonna hook this one to this one. And then the quilt top will be done. Literally in less than 2 hours. Yeah.
Another one bites the dust.
Yep.
Another quilt down.
Yep. All right. Just going to, all my seams should nest because I've been this whole entire time taking care to press right, left, right, left, right, left.
Do you keep a count of the number of quilts you make?
I did keep a count, but I stopped counting when I hit 900 on the count of quilts that I've made. I stopped counting at 900. Now that 900 number, over 900, it's probably at over 1,000 now, but that includes client quilts that I make start to finish for clients. That includes all my start to finish in my videos. It includes table runners and wall hangings. So it's over 900 projects. All right, let me press this last and final seam, and then I will hang it on the wall for y'all to see. I wasn't trying to smack you with an iron. I wasn't trying to burn your face, baby.
Trying to burn me with my own iron. That was my iron.
All right, it does need a better pressing than this, but I'm just going to hang it up for y'all to see. All right, Scotty, can you help me hang this so that it'll stay? Because or else I'm just going to be putting it up all crooked like.
Of course.
Right here's fine.
Of course.
Then we'll just tip the camera up. Smooth it out.
I got you, my love.
All right, look at that. So in 2 hours or less, even you can do this because even though I had Scotty help with the pressing, I still could have done it in the same amount of time if I had been pressing too. So because I'm faster at ironing than he is, but there it is. I think it is super adorable, super colorful.
Don't step on.
Look at that. So cute. So cute. I'm so sorry I stepped on you. You're just in my way. All right. What do you guys think? It's adorable. And if you have any questions, let me just overview this one more time. It was a 10-inch square of one color. I cut off a 2.5-inch by 10-inch strip off one end, turned it to the side, and then cut off that same last piece, a 2.5 by 7.5-inch piece, leaving a 7.5-inch square. I took that pile, I just put them all in one big pile, took the pile, put a little bit on the bottom from that, leaving these two pieces in the same order, and then sewed each one of the 7.5 to the 7.5 by 2.5, and then I added this one. I lined up the top and then sewed it on, so I had a 1/2 inch to cut off of the end of every single one of those. My panel pieces were cut to 9.5 inches, and these ones were cut to 7.5, and then obviously I added the sides of 4 of my pieces to the side and the bottom or side and the top, however it landed from my panel. So this is how you take a panel, and a layer cake and turn it into something. There we go, kitty. Here you go. Say hi and bye to your fans.
Put the kitty in front of the kitty quilt. That's good.
Yep. But he's cuter. See? He's cuter, huh? Say, I'm cuter than all those kitties. I'm cuter. All right.
Okay, we done?
Yeah. All right, guys. So I went over by 5 minutes. Usually I try to stick at 2 hours, but you know, I didn't realize I would have had to press the layer cake and press the panel, and I should have did that before I started. Whatever. Thank you guys all for watching. Hopefully you make this quilt, and if you do, share it on Instagram and tag Tiffany's Quilting Life, or share it on the Facebook group, or share it wherever. I'm sure I will see it. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video. Bye, everybody.